Yeah, hello, welcome to a new video. It's a 15-minute game again. Go play d4 and check quickly my opponent. Okay, player from Belgium, rated about 2000 here. Okay, let's see what he's about to play in the Slav. Okay, go knight f3 first. Yeah, often I play here the exchange variation, which seems a bit dry here for a video. Okay, let's go knight c3. I don't really know these lines that well. Now e6, so he's going for this semi-Slav, where my knowledge is really limited. I haven't played this for a while. Yeah, of course, white's main moves are bishop g5 and e3 here. The exchange line now is a bit harmless. Yeah, bishop g5 would be the most principled move. I read in his notes that he's 60 years old, so I'm speculating a bit that he doesn't play the Botvinnik maybe, or or h6. If he goes for the Botvinnik, I'll be on my own, unless I try to find a book lying around here somewhere, which wouldn't be really fair, I guess. Okay, bishop e7. He's going for a classical approach. Let's just play e3 here. Yeah, now we got Queen's Gambit declined. Usually black doesn't combine the moves bishop e7 early and c6, because very often it's an important option for black to play c5 in one move, so it's rather unusual that he's played this so early. Okay, let's go bishop h4. It's not a big issue though. It's playable. For instance, in this position, I think black has a rather playable option of going knight e4, which is very similar to the Lasker variation. Black only has played c6 instead of castles, but he very often plays c6 anyway. So this would be an option here. You can also, of course, just castle or play knight bd7. But if he goes knight bd7 or castles, he has to reckon with a white setup with queen c2 and rook d1, or even long castle sometimes, but I'm not such a huge fan of long castle in the Queen's Gambit. It's just a matter of personal preference, I think. But it's often a good idea. Yeah, let's go for this queen c2. This covers e4 also, so that he cannot easily play knight e4. And the idea is to play a quick rook d1 to make it more difficult for black to get the freeing moves c5 or e5 in. So I go rook d1 here. Usually if white tries such a setup with queen c2 against setups with bishop with knight bd7, usually black's best bet then is to play c5 in one move and then a quick queen a5, getting some counterplay here on this a5 e1 diagonal. But now he's already committed to having played c6, so he cannot go for c5 anymore, or only with a loss of tempo. And I think c5 right now would really weaken the center a lot. So I'm more or less expecting another waiting move here, like for instance a6 would be rather usual in such positions, or maybe also rook e8, just a move to ask white what his next move will be. Of course, white would like to recapture on c4 in one move in case black indeed captures on c4. He would like to recapture in one move. So it's this rather old theme of fighting for tempo with this bishop. So if black goes a6, he sort of waits for white to play bishop d3 and then capture. This is also why on a6, for instance, white can consider moves like a3 or h3 to sort of wait one move and then maybe provoke black to capture here. Yeah, black's position still is fairly solid here. A move like a6, for instance, is absolutely playable. It's an interesting question what white should do then. Okay, he's gone knight to h5. Yeah, this is rather unusual, really, in this kind of setup, but it's not necessarily bad, of course. Yeah, I can retreat to g3. Would be one option. After this, he might consider to take on g3 and play f5 maybe, setting up a delayed stonewall formation, or I can just capture e7. Yeah, I think I'll go for this. So the question now is, do I have some extraordinary option here maybe? Of course, I'm already committed to rook d1 here. If I, for instance, would have still the opportunity to castle long, then also g4 would be a really interesting idea. It's still interesting actually, but yeah, this is not really my kind of chess, but yeah, but it is interesting. He has played h6, this is the main point here. So I could go g4, retreats, and then g5 immediately. If he takes, knight takes, this is already a quite threatening position here of the knight. He cannot easily play d5, e5, because I capture on d5 and take on d5. h7 is made. Okay, I go for this. It's at least interesting. And now g5. The idea, if he retreats the knight or moves it somewhere, I can capture h6. This should be fine for me, really. And if he takes, I take with the knight, and then I always have this h7 threat here. So g5. Yeah, of course, if my king would be on c1 here, so that I can easily connect the rooks, then my position would be I think absolutely great. Here it's not that clear, of course. Let's say he takes, knight takes, and then the usual reaction would be to do something in the center, let's say e5, but this is not possible because cd5, knight d5, and if he captures, yeah, we get this position here. If he goes e5 now, cd, knight d5, queen h7, oops. Interesting. Yeah, of course, he could try this, but then insert some other move. Let's say cd5, ed4. Still, this feels really premature here. e5. Hard to believe, actually. Okay, I need to take this. If he takes now, I take on d5 with the knight, using this mate trick here. So if he really recaptures on d5, knight d5, he would need to yeah, move the queen somewhere, and it's not really apparent where this should be. All right, yeah, but now he needs to reckon. I can just take with the rook here. And now my rook might come into play over the 4th rank here. Nice rook lift on the 4th rank instead of the 3rd rank, which is rather usual. Yeah, it's not happening in every game, but it's not so uncommon either. Okay, let's see what he could try now. I don't think I have a concrete threat here. I of course have various ideas to improve the position. I can go rook g1 at some point. Rook h4 could be an idea, get the rook on the h file. And also I could of course just try to get the bishop into play. Oh, this is surprising. At least it's surprising for me. I thought it would be problematic for him if I have the chance to pressurize f7 also. Okay, let's check quickly. If I take on c6 here, of course he could go knight e5 or something, playing. But then I have knight d5 again. Okay. Okay, let's say d takes c6, b takes c6, bishop c4. This was why I was surprised about rook e8, because f7 is an instant target, and f7 is also really a weak spot there. Yeah, of course, he can go knight e5. Bishop b3, is this possible? c5, rook f4. It's a bit shaky, this position. Okay, but I could also go d6, of course, d6, attacking the queen. Queen e5, for instance. But then d4 would hang, and also the knight on g5. This is looks somewhat uncomfortable. Yeah, I don't think I want that. But taking would really help him a bit to develop his pieces. If he plays this move, let's say he plays this next move, then d6 would really push his queen back to some passive position, and he's not really threatening anything. Knight e5, I could, well, f4 is very, but I have d6. Yeah, well, maybe just improve the position with getting a rook on the g file. You still cannot take here because of knight takes. On knight e5 I can play d6, which sends his queen back. The knight on e5 always is a little bit threatening because of f3, it's a big hole here. I've discovered this with the knight on g5, but it's always something to take into account. Okay. But quite passive, this move. What about d6, just d6. Queen e5. If nothing else, I can go knight f3 with just a good position. Yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. But this is only one option. I also have other moves. Rook h4, bishop c4 also, bishop c4. If he takes on d4, I can take f7 and e8. This looks like complete disaster for black, actually. Taking here is no big issue, I can always retreat. Okay, let's go bishop c4. Yeah, bishop e6. Now, interesting point here. d7, is d7 a move? Knight f3. Lots of interesting moves here. Let's say I play d7. Let's check d7. Yeah, it doesn't seem to win immediately. Yeah, the whole position looks really shaky for black, but I don't see a really great continuation right now, which is strange. Well, maybe I can just maybe I'm just overlooking something great. Yeah, this is not strange actually. It's it's a complicated position, of course. Yeah. Well, what I don't like here is my knight on c3. This piece is doing nothing. Really. I'm wondering if maybe knight e2 could be an option. Knight e2 to f4, something like this, could be an idea. I'm unsure here. Yeah, the knight is not a great piece at the moment. Another idea. Yeah, difficult. Okay, I go this here. Right, he captured on c4. I was just fetching me something quickly here to drink. It's not the best point with 2 something on the clock, but really needed something. Okay, at least I have a simple threat now on f7. Knight e6 looks normal here. Question is d7 now, maybe d7. On d7 he cannot take with the knight. Because I take e6 and then d7 is hanging. Okay, I could also just take d7. But then he could catch a g5. Okay, I can take e6 and d7. This is fine. Now, what now? Do I have something nice here? It looks really like there should be something. I take f7 maybe. Don't really see it. I could also play f4. Where does the queen go? f4. If he takes e3, I have rook g3, which looks totally insane, but okay, I need to play quicker now. Maybe I'm just blundering everything here. Down on 130. I really shouldn't have taken the time to to get something to drink. Queen e3, rook g3 should win the queen if I'm not... Okay, what did I overlook here? Some trick or what? Maybe there is some great trick here. I don't see a move for the queen now. Can he sacrifice for lots of material or something? I don't think so.
Check.
No, we couldn't. Okay. I can also take f7 now. And then d4. This is not so clear actually. I can just retreat to c4. Bullshit.
Check.
Let's just grab this.
Time warning.
Okay, what is this here? I've
Check.
got extra knight, but it's still a bit complicated, of course. Yeah, e3 threatened now. Let's just cover e3 here. Yeah, it's still a bit uncomfortable for a couple of moves with less time here. Don't really see how I can completely kill off his counterplay. Maybe knight d2 e6 to this threatens maybe on e3 again. I need to somehow simplify this. Yes, knight e3 now. I am an idiot. I'm a complete idiot. Completely useless, but this is still winning actually.
Check.
only terrible to do in the time.
Check.
Yeah, I know, but I want a
Check.
simple position.
Check. Check.
Yeah, this will end in a draw. Yeah, with considering the time, this is okay.
Check.
Of course, I must win this.
Check. Stalemate.
Yeah, at least I secured the draw with nothing on the clock. I really should stop fetching drinks with 3 minutes. This is, of course, should be a rather simple win. Yeah, here of course I've got also knight f7, but I really couldn't calculate this in the time. Maybe this is the easiest actually. Yeah, okay, this is completely winning. I'm just a piece up. So yeah, interesting game. Yeah, f4 is winning. Computer agrees. Yeah, I pretty much I think, without doing any great analysis, I think I completely outplayed him here. But
check.
Time is of course an issue. Yeah, completely overlooked that he can take with the e3 rook, and then has got this bloody fork again. King f2. Any normal move is just over. Yeah, okay, interesting game nevertheless. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.